you are to be given a gift today, if you are to be given a present today, if God approached you today and asked you, what would you want me to give you? What answer would you give? What do you consider to be the best gift you can be given today? What do you consider to be the best blessing that you can attain today? What do you consider to be the best achievement that you can make? What is your best desire? Your dream that you consider to be highest? Your ambition that you consider to be the greatest? Your aspiration that you consider to be the best? What is it? Your best could be best, yes. But God, the one who has designed our lives, could be having something better than what we consider to be our best. What do I mean? What we consider to be our best, we should always line it through prayer with the plan that God has for us. Because God's plan is always the best. We could be having the best, but what God has for us is better than our best. And the best place to learn this is from the book of Acts of Apostles. In the book of Acts of Apostles chapter 3, we learn of a very interesting story. I don't know whether to call it a story of sadness, or a story of disappointment, or a story of success. Okay, in life, we have so many desires. There are some people who desire to die. There are some people who desire to live longer. There are some people who desire to have property. There are some people who desire to go to the States, to Europe. There are people who desire so many things. We are full of so many desires in life. So many desires in life. In the book of Acts of Apostles, we learn of a man who was crippled. And this man was begging for money, silver and gold, in a place called the Beautiful Gate. This is the gate as you enter the temple of Jerusalem. And every day, this man was brought to this gate where he could beg for silver and gold from the people who are entering the temple. When people are getting into the church, they tend to act. And therefore, I think this could have been one of the best places for such a person to beg for help. Because people will help in the intention that they are going to church and they will have that clear interaction with God with a clean heart, because they helped someone right at the gate. And one day, we see Peter and John coming to the temple. And this man, as usual, he begged for silver and gold from Peter and John. But Peter says something so interesting, and he says, "Silver or gold I do not have, but what I have I will give to you. In the name of Jesus of Nazareth, wake up and walk." And immediately, this man who was lame from birth stood up, walked, and went into the temple with them. I would like you to note one thing in this, that if this lame man was given gold and silver by Peter, he could have been so happy, because this is what he was expecting. All his life, he had been programmed that when he sat at this beautiful gate, people would give him silver and gold. And therefore, he was not expecting anything else from Peter. He expected that Peter would give him gold or silver, and maybe a lot of it. If he could have been given gold and silver, a lot of it by Peter, he could have been so excited. And deep within his heart, he could have been so satisfied that he got exactly what he wanted. In his heart, he could be completely satisfied that he got what he expected, what he wanted, what he needed, what he desired. But look, what he thought was best, God had something better than what was his best. Walking again meant one thing, that At the age of 40, this man could walk like other people, he could work, and he could earn his own living through working with his own hands. This was a miracle, a big miracle for that matter. And therefore, this miracle was certainly the best thing that happened in the life of this man who was lame from birth. But just assume this miracle never happened. Being given gold and silver could have been seen to be the best thing to happen to him. It was the highest expectation that he had. But God had something in store for him, which was better than the best expectation, the highest expectation that he had. This is a lesson to take into our lives and incorporate it fully. You could be having a desire. You could think it is the best desire. It is the best expectation that you have. But on the other hand, God has something better than what you consider to be your best. You could have been dreaming to go to the US, but God could be having something better than you going to the US. Life could have been so hard for you, and the best desire you have is for God to take away your life so that you may die. But God could be having a better plan than you dying. You could have been thinking of owning a lot of property, and you may even engage in corruption and do all manner of immoral things to earn that property, thinking that is the best. But look, God could have something better than what you consider to be your best. You could have been thinking that having a car is the best thing in life, but God could be having something better than that car in your life. So my question to you and to me today is, what do you consider to be the best expectation you have at the moment? What do you see to be the greatest attainment that you could have at the moment? What is your highest desire at the moment in your life? What could you be considering to be so important if it could be given to you today? Note, what you consider to be best may never be your best. God could be having something better than your best. So, in our day-to-day life, in this life, it's very important to always pray and keep an open mind so that when that blessing, which is better than what we consider to be best, comes into our lives, we may open our hands and receive it. Note that God has what is best in our lives. He is the one who created us from the very start, even before we knew about ourselves or even our parents. And therefore, from that start to the very last minute we are on this earth, to that destiny that we have, God knows what is best for us. Yes, continue having your desires, well and good. Continue making your targets, well and good. Continue having your plans, well and good. Continue dreaming, well and good. Continue aspiring, well and good. Continue having high expectation. That is in order. But remember to have that expectation in line with what God has in store for you. God has what is best for us. There is no doubt about that. And this event, this miracle at the beautiful gate in the book of Acts chapter 3 is a clear indication that God has in store what is best for us, better than what we may humanly consider to be our best. In prayers, let us always dedicate all the plans, all the targets, all the dreams that we have in life, so that God may match them with what is best in our lives. A lesson that I learned from this man who was crippled. At least he took an action of getting from home. Many people who have disabilities remain at home. Remember, this disability we are talking about, it must not always be a physical disability. It could be a disability in another way. Don't just sit where you are without trying. Just get out and try to do something. And when you are out trying to do something, even if trying to seek for help, you will meet with the best miracle of your life. God has what is best for us. Let us always put that into consideration. Thank you.